They'll say that Black Lives Matter. They'll say that Black History matters. And then they'll show black people pictures of African kings and queens. And they'll show and tell the black people that we was first on this planet, thinking that that'll make us stop doing the things that we do to ourselves and to other people that look like us. But my question is this: how do you show greatness to people who hate themselves? A man that hates himself and other people and who causes harm to other people, when you tell him that he's greatness and he's royalty, that helps him to put his ass further higher up on his shoulders, to the point where he think he's just that shit. And with that, he think he has a ticket to walk over people and cause them more harm than what he's been causing them.
A social media video that's gone viral shows 4 men in the back of a white Toyota Ute dragging the corpses of 3 naked men by ropes tied around their ankles.
Baltimore homicide detectives say black-on-black crime is on the rise, and they say there is no clear-cut reason why murder is becoming a common sight in minority ethnic areas. According to the latest crime stats, 81.5% of all people killed in the city of Baltimore were black. And those crimes were committed in 80.6% of the cases by blacks.
How do you show greatness to a people whose heart is loaded with conflict, drama, and hatred, self-hatred, hatred for themselves and hatred for people that look like them? You know what they say? If you want to show a man how ugly he is because you want him to change, you put him in front of a mirror. Putting a man like that in front of a mirror that reflects a greatness about itself doesn't change anything. What you need to do is put him in front of a mirror to show him how ugly he is. You know, if a man just kept coming outside in dirty clothes, looking nasty, maybe he not aware of himself. But if you put him in front of a mirror one morning and he's actually stopping, he look at himself and be like, damn, I'm dirty and nasty, he'll change and become clean. Everyone is entitled to the truth sometimes. Even a liar. A liar is entitled to the truth. Not only that, a liar often tells the truth even when he lies, because his words may be false, but his lying deeds are true to his nature. So why don't you show and tell the lying nation of people their ugly truth for once? Why not tell them and show them their ugly devil side instead of always showing them their royalty and godly nature? You people like to tell half of a story. You know, that's what liars do. They lie by telling half truth. But why not try a half truth that could actually refine and civilize a lying devil? Why not tell the half truth to them in a most effective way? Telling them that they are wicked and that they are responsible for the near annihilation of other blacks would be true. but to stay true to your own lying nature. Lie and act like you're telling them the truth because you actually care, which we know you don't. To tell them the truth of their evil and tell the lie that you care about the truth, but stop trying to justify the evil that men do. Stop lying and saying that Europeans entered the continent of Africa, kidnapped Africans, and brought them here as slaves. In the beginning and during the transatlantic slave trade, Africans fought on tribal wars and went into other villages and kidnapped other Africans, led them down to the shores, and sold them to the Europeans in the slave trade. The Europeans did not come onto that continent and kidnap anybody because they was afraid to go inland.
Europeans were definitely familiar with Africa, especially here in the coast, where for hundreds of years they had trading posts and, of course, the Atlantic slave trade. But look how they map the interior of the continent. It literally just gives up and is like, inland parts almost entirely unknown. The caption here on the map says that this interior part of Africa may be considered as absolutely unknown or completely unexplored. All we know, says the map, is that its immense and arid sands are intersected with complete collections of the most ferocious beasts and most uncivilized men. That's all they know. That soldiers and explorers from Europe who went into this area, a lot of them didn't come home. Up to 40% died.
Stop lying and saying that Europeans entered the continent of Africa, kidnapped Africans, and brought them here as slaves without telling the African Americans that the Europeans only got us because other Africans fought tribal wars and the losers became prisoners of war, sold into slavery.
They fully recognized that war captives provided the bulk of African slaves. These war captives were usually acquired via warring ethnic groups. However, another popular way Africans were enslaved was through something called grand pillaging. This is when raiders would kidnap or invade various communities and peoples. These were the two principal ways Africans were enslaved throughout West and Central Africa.
Stop lying to the people, telling them that European Americans are killing them and that racism and white on black crime is greater than black on black crime because the streets and the news are both full of dead victims of black hands.
Niggas used to see me in boogie. Niggas used to see me in boogie.
Not Caucasian hands.
Niggas used to see me in boogie. Niggas used to see me in boogie.
Kool Moe Dee said it best.
I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man.
Stop lying and tell the truth about black history because
the black on black crime was way before our time.
Black history, it matters.